Hello, you're listening to Got Clutter, Get Organized, the podcast that focuses on helping you create space to attract more money, love, and happiness in your life. I am your host, Janet M. Taylor. I want to say hello if you're a regular listener, and welcome if you're listening for the very first time. I hope you're having a great week. If you enjoy listening to this podcast, please leave a review so I can continue bringing you episodes each and every week. In this episode, Jaclyn Strauss of Second Vault will be discussing the benefits of the virtual vault to organize our important documents. And of course, I will be sharing my products, app, repurpose, and book suggestion for this week. And my question for you this week is, are you comfortable with having your important documents organized in the cloud? And for those of you who don't know, the iCloud is a cloud storage and cloud computing service from Apple, launched in October of 2011. As of 2018, the service had an estimate 850 million users. iCloud enables users to store data such as documents, photos, and music on remote servers for download to whatever system that they're using, platform, and send data to others as well, which is why I wanted Jaclyn Strauss. She is the co-founder of Second Vault and has been a licensed CPA in Florida since 2003. She has close to 20 years of experience working in the consultative capacity for a Fortune 100 company and 18 years teaching accounting at the college level. Jaclyn has also served as an external CFO for small to mid-sized businesses in her local community. She takes great pride in giving back through her volunteer work, where she has been the treasurer of the board of a local nonprofit organization. She is a mother of 2 children, a wife, a daughter, a sister, an aunt that has been given a second chance at life after experiencing a life-threatening condition while giving birth to her second child. Jaclyn has taken this second chance and allowed it to fuel her passion for helping others through the mission of Second Vault. And I want you to get your pen, your tablet, your paper, and also I want you to share this episode and really gain some information about how you can really truly organize those important documents with my conversation with Jaclyn. Well, listeners, I'm excited because Jaclyn Strauss is here and we're going to be talking about going paperless. I know a lot of you are probably cringing, but you should not, because this is a way that will help you be more in control of your stuff, your paperwork, your information, your life. So welcome, Jaclyn.
Thank you so much, Janet. It is a pleasure being here.
So first question is, what made you decide to create Second Vault?
Absolutely. So Second Vault was born out of a personal need of mine. I suffered a post-delivery hemorrhage with the birth of my second child. I wasn't supposed to make it home. I am my household CFO because I am a CPA by profession. I also am the house organizer, activities director, dog mom, whatever, you name it. Women, you know you can relate because we are everything, or we try and be everything to everyone. But what that did in a way that I did not anticipate was I actually was about to hurt the people that I loved the very most. Because apart from my physical absence, my husband would not have had all of the information he needed on this key that I hold to my house's tiny little castle. And I needed a solution, and I needed it to get it together. Once I was given a second chance in life, I was like, I have got to do better for those that I love most. So I sat down and I tried really hard, but there was nothing really easy. It was all time consuming, daunting. And like you said, when you opened, it's not fun, right? It's not sexy, but at the end of the day, it's done once you commit and you do it. And it's just slight upkeep as things change in your life. So because there wasn't a good solution, I decided to stay true to creating the most simplistic thing that anybody could experience from a user perspective. Second Vault is yes or no questions only. It is guided. You don't feel alone. And there's no hard thinking that has to be done. The thinking is done for you, and it will take you through the process and allow you to customize it in any way you want. You will not be forced to put anything in there. We will meet you at the comfort level you are.
And I think that's what I love about it, because it really kind of takes you step by step. It's like, okay, this is the information I need. All right, I uploaded, etc. And then sometimes you feel like, you know what, I think I've done enough for the day. I'm going to log out, and then I'll come back with the next set of information. And even sometimes you can kind of just kind of see, okay, these are all the things I need the next time, so you can kind of be more organized. But Jaclyn, what do you feel are some of the reasons maybe why people are just kind of afraid to go paperless? Because it's such a wonderful thing. But what do you,
Yeah.
in your experience?
The biggest thing that we hear is security. I don't want to get hacked. You hear, even the government's been hacked. Everyone's been hacked. Absolutely. That is a real concern, right? But we really do think that we have taken through, we've got a top cybersecurity expert that's on our team. We have military grade encryption. Me being a CPA, I personally have done a security review audit. We have done the very best that we can when it comes to security. The measures are in place. They are there. And the other reason why is just that it's a daunting task. It doesn't sound fun. But you know what? This isn't about thinking about, and also people are like, well, I don't want to think about this because it's kind of like that end of life morbid thing. But you know what? It does not have to be at all, because it can create efficiencies in your life today. Every single question you answer is going to be downloadable in a PDF. So if a situation comes up, for example, my dog gets sick, I'm out of town, my husband's texting me, do we have dog insurance? Who's the vet? Who's this? I don't have time if I'm in the middle of a business meeting to stop and gather it all. But you know what? I did answer that question in my vault regarding, do I have a pet? I'm going to pull that PDF, text it to him, and I am done. I've answered all his questions, and I have become more efficient.
And you brought up a good point, because, excuse me, as somebody who's single, it's nice that my best friend has access to my information, because,
Yeah.
just in case, I may, she had to take care of me when I had surgery, and then she has all that information that she needs just in case, my
Yes.
insurance information. She already kind of knows, the medications, but she also has those other documents in regards to, my estate plan, etc. Just if it ever gets to that, she needs some of that information. And
Right.
even sometimes just where's Janet's bank? Where
Right.
is it? Who do I need to
Right.
contact? And it just really takes the pressure, and it makes it less stressful for all of those people that we do have to either look after or have to look after us as well. So what are some of, and also, Jaclyn, in addition to the second vault online, you have created, and I get excited every time I think about this wonderful product that allows people who may not be comfortable going paperless, but then also there are documents that we have to keep a physical copy that will protect those documents, organize them, is waterproof and fireproof. I mean, it's like a wonderful pairing to have them both.
Yes, absolutely. So as we were going through the process and doing a lot of webinars, me being a CPA, my co-founder, she is a financial planner. People were saying, yes, we get it. We know we have to go digital, but those physical documents that we have to retain, what are they? Aren't there such things? Yes, there are. So we have created a waterproof, fireproof binder that we use professional guidance to include a spot for everything that you must retain an original copy of. Your power of attorney, your passport, your birth certificate, your marriage certificate, your divorce papers, your will, your trust, the last 3 years of your tax returns. How can I forget as a CPA to mention that? That's the minimum that the IRS requires, original copies of those returns. There is a spot in the grab and go binder for all of that, and just enough, right? Not too much, because we just want you to have enough that in the event you need to grab something quickly, you can get it and go.
I mean, that's the perfect scenario, because you just never know. I mean, you always want to be prepared for the worst case scenario. And sometimes, like I said, I have a safe, but I
Yeah,
can't grab that safe if I have to run out the house
that'd
or
be heavy.
yeah, it would be heavy. And I mean, we've had really bad hurricanes where people had to kind of find shelters, somewhere else to live. And it would have been nice for some of those people to just be able to take all of their important documents with them. And sometimes, I know people who go through major renovations in their homes and they
Oh,
have
yeah.
to maybe kind of stay somewhere temporarily. Well, that would be good to just take the important documents and whatever else that they need with them. So, I mean, you have created something that, one, can help people go paperless and also give others access to it in the event of an emergency, but also be able to protect the physical copies for the people who may not feel comfortable yet going paperless as well. So it's just like a wonderful
Absolutely.
prop. So, Jaclyn, I always ask this question of all my guests. How do
Mhm.
you stay organized? Because it seems like you have a lot going on, with the
Yeah.
children, your spouse, the pet, your community service, running the business, being a volunteer in the community. How do you really stay organized?
Honestly, you know what? I have a routine and I stick to that routine, and it took practice. It takes commitment. But once you do it for long enough, right? It feels like second nature. I also don't take anything on that feels like work to me. It's got to be something that I have a passion for, that I want to do. Therefore, I don't dread my routine every day. When things do come in, I mean, mail comes in every day, period. It's paper. I don't want paper. As little as I can have, that's what I want. So every day I throw the junk out, and stuff that I need to keep, I scan it, I upload it to my vault to make sure I have the most recent copy of it, and I then trash it. And that is the bottom line, because you have to stay on top of things. And with mail, I know that a lot of people, and what I've heard works also, is every week just dedicate on Friday, just to go through all the pile of the mail, get rid of the junk, and keep what's important. But then just be committed to finding a home for that paper that's important that you're going to keep, whether it's digital or does it belong in your grab and go. It's one or the other. At the end of the day, you don't need filing cabinets in your house, because every filing cabinet, every drawer can hold up to 30,000 sheets of paper. Who needs that?
Mm, mm. And that is a wonderful way to end this segment. Who needs all of that paper? So, Jaclyn, how can the listeners connect with you?
Absolutely. So you can go to secondvault.com, check us out for the digital solution. And then we actually right now sell the grab and go binder through Etsy Marketplace, because it's something that we created through love and, creativity. But it's doing the job, and the reviews on it are absolutely amazing. So Janet, I hope that you'll share the link to our Etsy store, which is called Organized Papers Now. You can find it there. And then, of course, secondvault.com. You reach out anytime. You can reach me personally, Jaclyn, Jaclyn, at secondvault.com.
And of course, listeners, I will have all the links in the podcast show page. Well, Jaclyn, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
So, what was your takeaway from my conversation with Jaclyn? I would love for you to either send me a direct message via the podcast show page or either post it below the link of this episode. So now we're going to move on to Taylor's tip time. And my tips for this week are: number one, decide what needs to be organized. And we all know our estate. We all know we need passports, social security, vaccination. We know we need, and sometimes even just like it could be a list of our medications. So we know we need that. So just, make sure you decide what you need organized. Because some of you have several properties. Some of you are managing other people's estates. So that's the first thing. Organize it, gather all the documents and make a list of what needs to be organized. And the next thing is get your supplies. Your supplies could be second vault. Your supplies could be the wonderful product that organizes everything and keeps it fireproof and waterproof. Your supplies could also be a scanner and a shredder, because as you go through, you may find you have documents you don't need. Number three, the next thing is you sort, you organize, and you scan, because you got to scan in order to upload. And then number four is once you have gotten all the information uploaded and you also have all the documents organized, then you share the information with whomever you need to share it with, an executor, relative, etc. Could be a spouse or partner. And number five is key. Number five, you have to maintain it. So say, for example, right now, maybe you're a renter, but all of a sudden you decide to become a homeowner or own property. Then you have to make sure that information is put in there. Maybe you all of a sudden inherit some things. It could be physical things. You got to make sure that you put that in there. So just making sure, and even if you do it, every 6 months, once a year, or immediately once, you just discipline yourself every time something changes that you update it and you maintain. So, are you ready to live an organized life? Well, have you been working on getting organized and feel overwhelmed? Are you challenged by managing your time between work, home, and life? Do you want to organize your life? Let's talk so I can help. I work with clients to guide them from start to finish by providing them with details needed to clear the clutter and get organized without feeling overwhelmed and stressed. Go to my contact page, schedule a free 15-minute session, take the steps necessary to create the life you want, and start by doing something today. Click the link in the show page, and even if you're at a point where you've listened to this episode and you're saying, you know what, I really need to get things in order, I can help you. I've worked with clients and helped them really from not having an estate plan to having an estate plan. Not that I did it, but making sure they get the correct and referrals. So having an estate plan, organizing the documents, and just having that peace of mind. And then and even working with you to help you set up second vault. Because once you organize the documents, then getting everything uploaded in the second vault is so easy. So I just wanted to share that with you as well. So in addition to helping you really organize maybe a space, a room, your time, but I can help you, that's what I call life organizing. Well, of course, I want to thank you for following me on social media, for your likes, your retweets, for your sharing. So please continue to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and of course, Pinterest. And I have a special section called Organized Papers. So make sure you check that out. And of course, make sure you follow me on YouTube, because on YouTube I have started doing organized living segments. And I'm excited because I did one with Jaclyn and I did one with other women as well. So make sure you check that out as too. If you're thinking of getting your life organized, don't get overwhelmed. Join my Facebook group, Living Life Totally Organized. It's a community of women supporting each other on their journey to living a life that is totally organized. It's free to join, and we always have different challenges going on. Sometimes I will share, are you clearing your desk? It's Friday. Are you going to clear your desk? Or sometimes I'll come on and say, okay, it's the end of the week. Are you beginning to plan your next week? I give them challenges, encourage, motivate, but also they motivate and encourage each other, which is awesome. And do you know what time it is? Are you doing your little dance, your jig? Have you pushed coffee table aside? Are you getting up and just doing a little thing? It is Toss It Tuesday. Toss It Tuesday. And it's Toss It Tuesday. I would love for you to get rid of just maybe the manuals in your house that you really no longer own. The manuals to equipment you no longer own, the manuals that you don't need, because a lot of times we can just kind of, Google stuff, but that's less paperwork you have to maintain. So think about that this Toss It Tuesday. My app suggestion, of course, is LastPass, because we have so many passwords. Now, of course, you can also, I have a spreadsheet with my passwords. But LastPass, for those of you who like to have those apps and those things accessible. Of course, my product suggestion is Second Vault. Yes, that's kind of like an app, but it's still a product suggestion. Not only Second Vault for your online, but also the product where you can physically organize all your documents so you can have a physical copy, because there are documents that we need to have a physical copy, and it's fireproof and waterproof. And of course, links are going to be in the show page for that, because it is a solution to organize and store your valuable information for daily or emergency use for you and your loved ones. Think about that. My repurpose suggestion is use items throughout your home and repurpose them in your office. It's always fun. I have a glass mug, and I use that for my pens and pencils on my desk. It looks really nice because it's glass. Kind of give it a little bling. My book suggestion is Easy Living, The Rise of the Home Office, because no matter whether you have a business, you may be a remote worker, but we all have to manage our homes. So, and your home office could be a corner of a room. It could be an actual space in your home, a room in your home, but sometimes it could just be making sure you have your papers in order. So that's my book suggestion. And my quote for the week is, paper clutter is no more than postponed decisions. Think about that. Paper clutter is no more than postponed decisions, because you just push it aside and you think, I'll think about it later. And that's by Barbara Hempel. Well, I definitely want to thank you for listening, and be sure to share this podcast with your family, your friends, and on your social media network. Again, let me know you enjoy listening to this podcast by leaving a review, and be sure to visit my website at www.janetmtaylor.com. And until next time, I want you to have a clutter-free day, but most of all, have an organized week. Organization is a quintessential element of a clutter-free life. Join me as we take this journey together. Along the way, we will find the necessary answers to your organizing dilemmas. My name is Janet M. Taylor, and you are listening to Got Clutter, Get Organized.